I'm going Warriors Jazz over 237.5. This is all about going into the break. Both teams are going to be on a back-to-back. They're playing right now as we record this pod Wednesday night. Both teams are going to be playing 3 games in 4 days. And this is a really interesting spot for the Warriors. They were just in Utah. They busted them up pretty good. Got a big-time win. Have seemed like they've turned the corner. Then they have to go to LA tonight to play the Clippers without Kawhi. Clippers are 2-2 without Kawhi. Let's see how that game shakes. And then they're right back on the plane to go back to Utah. I think that favors the over in this spot. Now, the Warriors themselves have been playing really well. They've 7-1 their last 8, 7-1 ATS as we record this. I don't know what's going to happen, of course, against the Clippers, but they're rolling. They're feeling good. Curry has scored 30-plus points in his last 4 home games. Overall, 7 of the last 8, including the Warriors, have gone to the under. Last 5 games, Warriors number 1 in defensive rating. If there's ever a spot for them to take the foot off the gas a little bit, as well as they've been playing, it's going to be in Utah, one of the toughest places to play, even though they just got a big W there before the break. I'm not saying that they're going to lose the game. I'm not backing Utah. It is a very short number at 1. It's flipped a lot. It's basically a pick 'em, depending on where you're looking. I think this will be one of those places where both teams will be tired. Both teams will be ready to get to the break, playing 3 games in 4 days, both on a back-to-back. I expect a lot of possessions where easy buckets are going to be allowed. I'm going to take over 237.5 in the Utah Jazz Golden State Warriors matchup, where offensively Golden State has shown they're starting to put it together a little bit, where points are coming not from just Steph Curry, but other people involved as well. And we know Utah can get up and down and can score at home. I think this game is going to be in the 240s, so I'll take over 237.5. J Money, any comments on the total there?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all know I don't look at any totals. I can't talk you off of over. The Jazz, their defense has really been slipping, and they shoot a ton of threes. Like, they just play an over style type of basketball. So definitely couldn't talk you off the over in any Jazz games, especially at the house.
AC, any thoughts?
Sean, are you on the over or the under?
Over 227 or over 237.5.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean it's an over spot, right? They just played and it went under. I think the last 2 games they've played now has went under, so it makes sense to me. And I guess again, I don't really have an opinion on this, but my pushback to you, Sean, is when teams are tired, why do you like the over versus the under? Again, I don't know the answer. I'm just asking.
Yeah, so my thought is that tired legs they use all that energy on the offensive end. Tired legs aren't locking down on D and trying to get stops on a possession by possession. So typically, from my research and what I've seen is that, like, on back-to-back spots, first halves teams will come out and play solid, and they'll start to fade in the second half. I think both of these teams, both being on back-to-backs, a very particular spot where they just played a night. They have essentially a game in between where then they play each other again, both in Utah. I like Utah to bounce back and play a lot better on offense than they did. They're going to score more than 107 like they did, and I don't see why Golden State, who's rolling, wouldn't score 120. So I think this game is going to be in the 240s, 240 plus. So I'll take the over 237.5 here.